microphone muted the whole time. Hi everyone. I realize I've had the microphone muted the whole time. That's how tired I am. I've been talking like this. So let's try this again. Hi, I'm Mike McGowan with Nerdberg, part of the Spider Duck Network. Coming to you live from Iron Drake Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. I am so tired because it's been a weekend of wrestling. Friday night, Black Diamond Wrestling Battle Lines in Brilliant, Ohio, in which I myself took on Brian Bowers, a tremendous talent trained at the Lance Storm Academy up in, is it in Calgary or is he from Calgary? It's in Canada. It's all just that wasteland that is Canada. This is what I need. I've not had enough coffee. We did battle lines. I wrestled. I'm sore. I'm tired. I didn't get home until about 1:30. That would be Saturday morning. And then I had to be back on the road to go to the Royal 8 tournament. I was there at 10:30, 11 o'clock in Martins Ferry, Ohio, to help set up and to train the new students that are entering the sport. Was there for the Royal 8 tournament as Iron Drake Studios presented the cup, the Royal 8 Cup as it is, to the winner of last night's Royal 8 tournament, which was Tony Johnson, who had won the title, or the cup rather, 2 years ago. As last year the Royal 8 was for the tag team titles, and the time before was for the cup, and Tony Johnson won that, so it's almost back to back for that setup. So that is quite tremendous and really speaks to the talent of Tony Johnson. Last night's tournament really speaks to the talent that is available that come in for Black Diamond Wrestling, as that was really tremendous. Oh, that's so good. I can't believe. And then I didn't get home until about 2:30 last night. So I'm really, really out of it. The team's been super busy. If you've been following the Iron Drake Studios Facebook page, we got brand new barriers built for Vicious Outcast Wrestling in southwestern PA. Black Diamond Wrestling also had new entranceway, which is tremendous considering in less than a month, about the same time of the month, to see what we had at the last show in Martins Ferry and now this show at Martins Ferry with the brand new entranceway, with the Diamondtron, with everything. It really speaks to the talents of the team here at Iron Drake Studios, because it's not just me. There is a whole collaboration of really skilled and enthusiastic people that really bring their talents to build the imagination that is Iron Drake Studios, that we want to share through Nerdberg and the Spider Duck Network to give to you people. And that's why I'm here today, to help you. So, great weekend for wrestling. I'm really, really glad to be able to just sit here, drink some coffee, and talk to you. Pro wrestling is like really, really good right now, especially on the independent level. If you're not following the independents and you love pro wrestling, you should do yourself a favor. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I'm just going to throw it out there, go check out blackdiamondwrestling.com. That's a good one. I'm a little biased to that. So, also our fearless leader at Spider Duck Network, who does a lot of the work at Black Diamond Wrestling too. So it's a big collaboration with a little bit of bias, just a little bit. But it doesn't hurt to check it out. BlackDiamondWrestling.com, Spider Duck, and Nerdberg. Yep. So this is episode 1 of our Super Sexy Snes project, which I'm doing a Snes, Super Nintendo. That doesn't mean you have to, but I'm not doing a whole project. I'm giving you the fundamentals and the basics so that you can take this ball and run with it however you see fit. I'm really, really tired. But we're not going to let that stop us. No, no, no. Uh, uh, so, one of the things I talked about last time was you want to get a tool set to take apart your case of your console, whatever it is. It can even be a new one. I just happen to be going with the Super Nintendo because I've had this such a long time and it's really, really been beat up over the years. I mean, really. Let's see. I believe I have the picture right here. Yeah, there it is. Where'd it go? There it is. So you can see on the, yeah, I'm getting used to this. On the left, this is what it used to look like. Just bring that out. It was dirty. It was bad. It was, it was all kinds of bad. It had, I put stickers on it. It had grime. It's been sitting. It's been a smoke-filled house. It just got really, really bad. The process I'm going to show you is part of the cleaning in that. I already got, as you can see there, it's black because I already got a black primer on it, at least for that picture. So, like, yeah, the idea is it plays games just fine, but it's just not good to look at. And at this point in my life, at least, I like having my old consoles, but I don't like having something that looks like that. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, I'd probably play it more if it looked good, if I could display it even. So that's what we're really going for right here, is we're going for a display piece. Even if you don't get to play it as often as you may like, if you got a whole collection of games and you don't really know what to do with it, don't worry. We're going to clean it up real nice. I'm going to show you how to get a really superb paint job. And we're going to take our time with this, so you have time to get all the equipment together, get your space together, and be sure of what you're doing. And that's really a large part of what's going to happen. So we're going to go through several steps here. Step number one is disassembly. And for your console, there are lots and lots of websites, and I recommend, for whatever console you're taking apart, go ahead and research a few. See which one has the instructions that make the most sense to you. It could be a couple, but read a couple, definitely. Don't pick one and say, I'm going to go with this. Two, as you'll see, I have a video prepping right now. It's like I'm kind of hanging on for time because this is not working out at all for me. I have a video prepping. I actually use small bins to hold everything in, to nest all the parts so nothing gets lost. Even if you don't get back to it for a week, everything will be fine. So it'll help keep your space tidy. And we're going to get through and show you how to keep all that together. And also, I completely lost my train of thought. It is really, really bad. That's what the coffee's for. So, the steps for the project. So today is disassembly and cleaning. The number one part of refurbishment is cleaning. It doesn't matter if you've even kept it really nice and clean all this time. There's still going to be some buildup of something, and your paint job is only going to be as good as your cleaning job. So we're going to go through that. We're going to go through cleaning, or disassembly, cleaning, primering, in which we'll put a primer coat on, our base coat. We're going to touch on airbrushing. We're going to touch on spray can techniques. We're going to touch on hand painting techniques. We're going to touch on making and adding decals if you need or want, or decals as some people may call them. We're going to talk about adding lights if that's a thing you want to get into. We're going to talk about setting up a spray area. We're going to go through all the fundamentals to help you get through this project. And that's going to be most of all the steps that are going to go into this project, which is going to be about 8 to 10 episodes. After that, we're going to get into life casting, in which we're going to have a volunteer and we're going to make a mold of their head, and we're going to show you how to do that too. So lots and lots of good things. And I don't know if Rick Diamond is available. He said he might be. He's probably not. We were going to try and talk to him to see if he had any thoughts on last night's Royal 8 tournament, but it does not appear as though he is going to be on, so that's fine. It really was a great event. Let's see. I have that photo actually, because I love stuff like this. This is really what it's all about. Bing. There it is. There's our opening shot from the Royal 8 tournament, and all 8 competitors with the Royal 8 Cup. How about that? So you got Jay Flash, Andrew Palace, Brandon X, Sean Resnick, Iceman Tony Johnson, Remy LeVay, Chase Aarons, and Joshua Singh all competed last night for the coveted Royal 8 Cup. And of course, Iron Drake Studios will be redoing the cup. It's going to be more of a Stanley Cup-esque trophy, in which there will be engraved nameplates on the bottom, and we'll be sure to throw pictures and descriptions of that process as well, in case anybody else wants to make their own cup. Of course, professionally done. You know, nothing that looks half done. It's all going to look great, just like all the other great things Iron Drake Studios does here and offers to our clients. We're going to show you how to do that too, even if you're only interested in watching how it's done. So, just one of the few things that we do around here. My video is not loading. I had this whole video set up for this. At least this is sounding alright. I did a test video to see how it did not sound good at all. This is like, well, why do you want to do it? So I compromised and do a little bit of editing and do all the live stuff for the show like today. Besides, I get to hang out, drink some coffee, talk to some people, hang with my dog. I don't know if you can hear them in the background. They're all huffing and sighing. And break the fourth wall for a minute. See, there's that one. Hey, buddy. You want to wake up? You want a cookie? He doesn't want a cookie. Yeah. No. And he's not the only one. I've got 3 more over on that couch. Yeah, I'm the one that's up till 2:30 in the morning, and they can't even get up out of bed. I don't know what they did. Did you run around? Did you cause trouble? Yeah. That's my life with 4 dogs. Yeah. The laziest dogs, the most spoiled dogs in the world. Yeah. Nothing quite like these things. Alright. So now I'm just waiting. 80% complete on my video. I can't believe that's taken that long. I have no idea why. So, we are going to add some things. I may or may not have touched on this, or you may not have watched that first video, and I do not blame you if you didn't. Um, Live streaming, like we do here, is a very, very. I heard my phone say live is the best thing to do, and I really like the live streaming. I don't know why that is exactly, but it just feels right. Mostly because I worked in a TV studio, so it just seems natural to me. Yay, there we go. How about that? And I'm just doing this fly. Like it should be a little better, but who knows? I honestly don't know where I put it. Seriously? I don't know where I did with it. I'm sitting here like a complete fool. Like a complete fool. I don't know what I did. Ha ha ha. Tremendous. I don't know what I did. Oh, that's the best part, isn't it? Yay, there's that. Hit the wrong button. It's just one of those days. I have not had enough coffee. I have not had enough sleep. People, remember to always be good to yourself. That's about the only thing you can really do. Let's see. Where did I put my video? I have no idea where I put my video. Give me just 1 minute while I look for this. Oh, there we go. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have run the promo video during the commercial. I could have done that. Yeah, that's all me. So, alright, people, enjoy. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike McGowan, coming to you from Iron Drake Studios for NerdBird.com. One of the things as part of refurbishment is taking something that's been maybe really used and abused and getting it to as new as possible. That's probably more where I focus, is that's actually what I do for a living. So what I've got for you is I've got my Super Nintendo. How about that? Super Nintendo came out in about 94, give or take about that. I've had this for about 20 years, and through late night pizza parties, living in a smoke-filled house, to animals, to random shenanigans, it has seen its time and shared just random dirt. It got really disgusting. I'll show a picture of it right here. Yeah, it looks really bad. So what we want to do is clean this up so that we can give it a really nice, real sharp paint job. And that's something that's actually worth displaying. So we're going to go for a display piece right here. You're probably saying, well, what does that have to do with prop making? Well, actually a lot, because everything is going to use a standard model of instructions, and it really comes down to how you present it, how you organize yourself, and how you clean it to get your final product. And it's going to appear really clean, and after it's really clean is when you can start to weather it if you choose. So you really want to get it to at least that part. So we're going to go to our overhead camera. So I already went through and did a lot of this already. What you're going to want to do, if you're going to, because everyone should have a real sharp game system, and it's probably the thing that what you want to do is take something that you're really comfortable with as far as taking it apart. You really want to do this. You're going to have to get some special tools, because Nintendo had this thing about piracy. They didn't want people hacking their system and doing a bunch of stuff to it that nowadays it's more software than hardware, but people were really big into hardware back then, making it do a whole kinds of different things. So you're going to need a set of special bits to take a Super Nintendo apart, and you can find these on eBay. You can find them. They'll probably come in a set, so you can do both Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Let's see if you can get these. They're like a kind of a little socket thing. I don't know if you can see those too well. Yeah. But one of them works. One of them was really big, one was really small. One works for Nintendo, one works for Super Nintendo. You can also go to Harbor Freight, and they have a bunch of security bits. I have this set here. This came from Harbor Freight. It has some of the security bits in it. There you go. And if you go to nerdbird.com, you can see our article on Harbor Freight tools that are a must-have. Now, one of the things I like to do to keep organized is nesting bins. I got all these nice little bins like here, so that when I take layers of something apart, I know exactly where those layers ended up. So like I got like exterior screws here. I already took this apart for one, and this has already been through the clean cycle. So this is really nice. So you're going to have 6 screws underneath that you're going to want to take off, and then it just pops up. Like I said, I already went through and cleaned all of these. This part still needs to be cleaned, so that one I'm going to set aside for right now. When you take out the ejector, let me move a little closer. When you take out the ejector, it's on a rod and a spring. There are actually 3 springs included in this. And I'll actually include a set of instructions for how to take apart a Super Nintendo, so that if this doesn't explain visually what you want to see, there are some really nice links that I can get you that'll explain it. So there's a spring here that holds the ejector on. There is a spring for where you insert your cartridge. There's a little flap spring, and for your reset button there is a spring. Alright, and I'll take that out right there. Yeah, like I said, I went through and already did this bit already. So there we go. I have the whole shell, and the front port, which is just a ribbon connector. Just carefully pull this ribbon out from the front. It'll go right back in. I swear it will. A lot of people will think, well, maybe I want to change the LED while I have it out, and you can certainly do that. However, be forewarned, alright, these are the 2 solder marks for the LED. But in order to get off, you're actually going to have to desolder half of the number 1 controller to get to it for it to pull apart enough. So I figured, well, maybe I don't want to do that, but I am going to maybe look at the voltage to see if there's enough voltage to play around with to run maybe 1 extra LED to illuminate inside. Now, the one thing about this is that it came with a little plastic diffuser. It actually sits over the LED to diffuse the light. And I think it might be better if I don't put that on. I might like it if it's just the full brightness of the red. Now, normally I might go for a blue or a green LED. Maybe down the line I'll take it apart and I'll change that out. We'll see how brave I feel. But I don't feel like doing that right now. That's completely up to you. And I've decided for mine, I want to go with maybe purple and black, because I like the way the purple of this is, and I decided to get a new gray. Maybe it's just too bright here. Let me try and change the brightness a little. There we go. Yeah, it's it's just a little too bright. I'll talk about filmography too and the program I'm using for all this. So there you go. You see like 20 years of crud. You can see all the stickers, my name on it, everything. It is just a big pain in the butt of just all the grease. So you can soak this in purple stuff or green stuff. When you go to your favorite box store, whatever has the cleaning chemicals, I just use a mild dish soap. And what I really like to use, when you go to Harbor Freight, you can find these. They're called sanding wedges. Go for the really fine grit. And what I like about these is cutting them in half, because they're really, really nice when you cut them in half, because you can get multiple. You can make them down in half or thirds, and they're angled like this, so that when you're cleaning, you actually can get in all these little grooves and that, and you're actually taking a little bit of the plastic away, and that's all right. You really want to do that anyway. Not only are you getting all the grime off and you're cleaning it up real good, but you're also scuffing up this plastic so you can get new paint to adhere, and that's going to be really, really key. Anytime you want to do anything, cleaning is the most important part. The cleaner you get it, and you got to make sure there's no soap residue either. You want to scuff it up so the paint has something to hold on to, and you got to get all the grease off. Even if you have to go through this again, do one good clean with the soap and then come back and use something like mineral spirits or alcohol and get that really nice and clean, just so the paint will really adhere to this. Now we're going to use primer on this first anyway, and you have a choice. You can either go with the Krylon Fusion, which is a plastic primer, or you can go with an automotive primer, because automotive primers are really well formulated to handle these kinds of plastics, especially stuff that's diminished. So you're going to end up with this, and this is about the time where it doesn't matter where you want to go as far as what colors you want to do, except I already know I'm not going to paint these, so these can stay. Everything else, though, is going to get a coat of primer on it. And then I'm going to throw that in my spray. You're probably going to say, well, I don't have a spray booth. What should I do? Don't panic. Grab your towel, or paper towels as it were, or newspaper, really. What you want to do is make a space that encompasses really, really well. Overspray is really your biggest problem. What you need is a face respirator. As I'm looking around here, I'm not entirely sure where I put my face respirator. It's around here somewhere. I know all you can see is this. Maybe I should break the fourth wall for you. Well, you know, normally you right there would be the fourth wall, but I'm already aware of you, so this would be the fourth wall. See, it's all nice. It's wood. See, we got all kinds of crazy things here at Iron Drake Studios. I will find that you can always get the simple little dust mask covers. You can go with the bigger cartridge style respirators, as long as you're not breathing in, especially if you're going to do aerosol cans. There's a lot of mist particles in that. VOCs, those are volatile organic compounds. You don't want to breathe those in, trust me. And it really doesn't take a whole lot, and you can really tell if you're spraying. If you end up spraying heavy, which you shouldn't, you should always do misting first. But if you're spraying heavy, you go and you blow your nose, you're going to see all that. And that's just what's trapped in your nose, not even what's in your lungs. So always remember, safety first.